first thing, I'd like to thank all the people who are still here, despite the late hour of the day, to listen to this very short presentation prepared by the team of Uva Pretiosa. We're a work group that is in charge of the valorization of the byproducts of the winemaking chain. The issue is pretty relevant. It's the amount of byproducts produced at the global scale is very high. We're talking about 1,000 tons of pomace alone, which is the main byproduct of winemaking or wine production. And much knowledge is being accrued on the composition of these byproducts or waste-like products and the possibility of making other products from them, adding value to the grape and wine chain. The Uva Pretiosa work group is a bit special, but many work groups are, and that is that it stemmed from the need to take action somehow, a need felt by winemaking companies. So the entire effort began with the companies asking themselves questions about what to do with their waste, with their byproducts. That's why wine producers joined in the effort, such as the Castello di Gabbiano, Isole Olena, a farm, an estate, and then a farm producing biogas. In other words, companies that voiced their needs to play a role on different levels, diversifying the production and putting to best use their own resources. Side by side with these companies stood the University of Florence, Errata, and Vinidea for the popularization and circulation of the activities of our operating group, of our work group. All measures were used, 16.2, 1.1, 2, and 3. The project has just started. It will last 32 months, and it received funds for an amount of approximately 315,000 euros. The key objective is to optimize the use of the raw materials produced in the vineyards according to a circular economy pattern that will make it possible to exploit completely, entirely, the valuable components that are present in byproducts, reusing final waste in order to produce energy and returning everything that is left to the vines in the form of nutrients. This ambitious objective should make it possible for companies to increase the financial and environmental sustainability of their production processes. This is the general framework of the process and of the project, and it is based on previous experiences and knowledge accrued, as well as well-experimented techniques or proven techniques that will have to be transferred to the partner companies. As you can tell from this chart, there will be reuse of underripe grapes, pomace, pips, and lees. As an example, I would like to use that of green grapes that have been thinned out. At the University of Florence, we produced extracts from green grapes that were used to functionalize certain foods, and this in order to increase the nutritional value of such foods, while at the same time improving the performance of these foods from a sensory perspective. Functional foods are often talked about, but in the development of these products, it is essential to keep in mind, to bear in mind that consumers are asking for products that are good for their health, while at the same time they are also enjoyable from a taste perspective. Hence, we functionalized three plant purees, and among these, beetroot puree, green pea puree, and potato puree, we examined which was giving the best characteristics from a functional slant in terms of phenols that would be recovered in view of an antioxidant activity of the food. And at the same time, also the sensory characteristics and qualities, assessing different tasting, for instance, and primarily astringency, in order to understand the impact of green phenols in the various food matrices. The result of this study will be published soon. The beetroot puree or pureed beetroot turned out to be the best food in terms of performance and sensory characteristics. There are alternatives to this, and hence, however, this proves that it is possible to put to best use the byproducts of the grape and wine supply chain. Our group intends to work in close contact with the companies to transfer as much as possible the competencies that these companies need and requests. I'd like to thank you for listening so attentively, and thank you for inviting me to the forum.